Hello, Alert Program friends, fans, and colleagues. We're here today to give you a lot more information about the Keeping on Track Alert Program Companion board game. Because as we all know, board games are hot right now, and they certainly are not boring. Anyway, what I thought we'd do is talk with you a little bit about how we've used the game and all the things that went into developing it so that you can decide how that might fit for you and the students and clients that you serve. So we'll start with that. The board game was basically designed to teach and reinforce a lot of the information that we cover in the Alert program, because we wanted to kind of take the information outside of where we're talking about the information and put it more in real life situations. So the board game allows us to kind of pretend and practice to do that. Now, those of you that are familiar with it might know that we have 3 stages in the Alert program, and the first stage is called identifying alert levels, learning how high, low, or just right your engine speed are. And there are cards in the game, which we'll zoom right in on there, called engine speed cards. So that's in stage 1, and if you've covered that information, then it's on the board here for you, and you can put those cards in as you play. Stage 2 is where we experiment with learning self-regulation strategies and just learning what works for you. And you can kind of zoom in on that. Those are our engine tool kind of cards, and we can certainly put those into the game. And then if you've covered all 3 levels of information or stages of information in the Alert program, you'll know that stage 3 is about learning to regulate our engine levels in real life. This is it. So we've zoomed in on that card for you so you can see. Each of the cards have questions, and we kind of designed them for what commonly occurred as questions or ideas that we wanted to reinforce in therapy and in our school settings. And you have the ability to go ahead and customize it. We have in each section a blank card, which I don't think we need to zoom in on. It's just blank, where we ask you as the adults to go ahead and customize and put on there with Post-it notes situations that you know your individual might run into and you want to have incorporated into the game, because then it's not just us bugging individuals about things that they might want to work on, it's actually in the game. So the game can be played competitively or not. Sometimes you just want to have a timer on and say, we're going to just play for 10 minutes and that's it, we're done. So we've made a lot of flexibility in the game so that it could cover the broadest range of individuals possible. The game is basically meant to be played with another adult because, as our speech and language colleagues remind us, a game is just a very fun excuse for a conversation. The game also has movement breaks built in, because how bad would it be if we did not practice what we preach and put movement breaks into our game. So there's a pit stop card that goes along with when we land on pit stops in the game. There's tune-up cards where they tell the whole group to go ahead and do an activity, and we encourage you to put seating options and fidget toys into your use of the game so that you practice self-regulation, because that's really what it's all about. We want to practice it so that we can have it be more automatic in real life. We did a really good job of providing tremendous amount of variations for age levels and ability levels in the instruction booklet. Also, if you're not far enough along in the Alert program, you haven't done stage 2 or stage 3 yet, you can certainly just play the game with only the stage 1 cards. Those are engine speed cards. So there's lots and lots of flexibility built in. And as with everything that we do here at the Alert program, we have had our reviewers, kids, parents, and therapists test this out for us. And here's a little bit of the responses that we got from them. We had a wonderful group of 14-year-old boys who were on the autism spectrum who played the game and then interviewed each other afterwards so they could tell us what they liked or didn't like about the game. Now, one of the boys said to me, "Sherry, I am not sure that after high school people would really want to play this game." And I thought that that was so great, because he's probably right in terms of, unless we're going to be someone else helping younger folks to learn about self-regulation. But what made me feel really good about that comment from that guy was that the cartoons are reflected here. It's a cartoony game, and it's not babyish for even our end of middle school and high school kind of age clients. The other fun thing that he said to me, which I thought was so lovely, is he said, "Sherry, these cars on the box are really cool looking. The cars that are inside the game, not so much. And he doesn't understand about what I need to do for making sure that we have the game be really safe for everybody, but the cool thing is that you can see that we designed the spaces to be big enough to accommodate really cool cars that you might want to add to the game, especially so many of our students have really cool cars they're attached to, or they like, or there's micro machines and all other kind of little miniature cars that will certainly fit so that you can go ahead and keep on track as you make your way around the board game. So I encourage you to check it out. And just know that I hope this has been helpful to explain a little bit about the game, and it's game on, keeping on track for the alert program.